What's going on, everybody? So right now it's seeming like everyone is talking about the new season of Euphoria. It's in the middle of season 2 and the hype is really built up insane for that show. I unfortunately have not watched it yet. I'm really looking forward to seeing that show, but instead I thought I would talk about another Sydney Sweeney project, and that film is The Voyeurs. The Voyeurs is directed by Michael Mohan. A young couple find themselves becoming interested in the sex life of their neighbors across the street. What starts as an innocent curiosity turns into an unhealthy obsession. I'd seen a lot of mixed reviews about this on the internet, and I know Sydney Sweeney's been gaining insane popularity from Euphoria and some of her other projects. And I just saw the poster for this on Prime Video and was like, you know what the hell, I'll watch this movie. And what you're in for is a Rear Window-esque rip-off movie that is 100% pure schlock, that is executed well at times, poorly executed at other times, but overall it's just really enjoyable trash that I liked quite a bit. So yeah, the first thing I'll talk about is the performances. I like Sydney Sweeney. I think she's really entertaining. There's a couple of moments in this where she is just fucking hamming it up to the extreme degree. I give her a lot of credit for that. Her boyfriend Thomas, played by Justice Smith, does a pretty decent job. Their relationship is really corny and over the top. The whole premise behind this film is really absurd and ridiculous. It's enjoyable though, and then you get introduced to the couple across the street. He's the man, Seb, is a photographer, and he lives there with his wife. He's constantly doing photo shoots, and for some reason in this giant luxurious apartment, they don't have curtains for some reason. And when Sydney Sweeney and Justice Smith move into their apartment, they immediately notice this. They take interest, and one night they're sitting on their couch and the couple across the street start having sex. They start watching, and then they just become infatuated and continue to watch this couple across the street. Husband starts having an affair. Sydney Sweeney feels like it is her due diligence to let this woman know that her husband is having an affair, wants to kind of poke into it. The relationship between her and her boyfriend become really heated because he thinks that she's getting a little too invested. They decide one night to go to a Halloween party that they're having over there so that they can plant a mirror inside of their house so they can bounce a laser off of the mirror to come back into their apartment, hit a specific spot in their apartment. Sydney Sweeney and her boyfriend, Justice Smith, can hook up to his fancy audio equipment so that they can hear everything that the couple is saying, and it just goes out of control. The third act of this movie takes a turn that is like, oh, they're gonna go there, and it is the most absurd, ridiculous, like, okay, this person when they were writing this was like, how's Prime gonna put their name on my movie? I'm gonna do the most ridiculous fucking thing that I possibly could and put it in a film. And it's so stupid and so ridiculous that it's hilarious to watch. Don't think all of the movie is bad. That's not to say that I think that the movie is terrible by any means. The film has some really nice cinematography. There are some really great shots in this movie that impressed me. I was like, wow, this is a really sleek and good looking film. Some nice editing. The soundtrack is pretty forgettable. The overall cinematography and the visual presentation of the film is really nice, and it looks like a high-budget Hollywood film. What makes it so schlocky and over the top is the ridiculous performances and just the execution of this story. Because, like I said, Rear Window, you look at the Hitchcock masterpiece. The reason why Jimmy Stewart becomes infatuated with looking across the street in this building that he lives in is because he's injured. He's hurt his leg, he normally works, he doesn't have anything else going on, and he sees something going on that looks like a murder. And that's why he becomes fascinated. This setup of just like these people for some reason have no covering over their house, and they're doing all of this ridiculous stuff, and it's just, there's this scene, they try to make it so tense, and it's wonderful. Sydney Sweeney decides she wants to tell that woman that her husband's having an affair, and so how she does it is she connects her computer to their printer. Takes her a couple tries, but to send the message in a Word document like, your husband is having an affair. Check for used condom in the bathroom. And it's just like, oh my God, the way they build tension in some of the scenes is super schlocky. This type of film, like the schlocky, over the top, like, oh, we're diving into the world of understanding sexuality, and looking at Sydney Sweeney's character and how she becomes like infatuated with this dude for some reason. I guess just he looks good, and that's why she's so interested in consistently watching him. And they try to introduce like struggles in their home life. Like, she tries to have sex with her boyfriend. He seems like he's put off and not really interested, and that creates tension in her because they're constantly watching the people across the street have sex. But yeah, it's pretty over the top and ridiculous, but I enjoyed watching it. I don't think it's a great movie by any means, but it's one of those that if you have a Prime Video subscription and you're looking to watch 2 hours of pure over the top ridiculous entertainment that will leave you laughing and just your jaw on the floor at like, hey, Amazon let these people do this third act as ridiculous as it was. And I appreciate that about this movie. Have you seen The Voyeurs yet? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this was glorious trash. One of the most entertaining and dumb films I watched of this year thus far. It was released last year, but I would recommend you go on Prime Video and check it out. As always, if you'd like the video and subscribe to the channel, helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always creating new videos, trying to release content weekly when I can, and I really appreciate all the engagement I get in the videos. I love talking to you guys about your opinions, and continue to comment on the videos and tell me what you think of these movies, because that's the most fun part of this for me. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.